Good day. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. My name is Traemel Miller. I was a junior at Lincoln 2 years ago, and I left from Lincoln to start college early. So I did Running Start at Seattle Vocational Institute. I got a college medical certificate at Seattle Vocational Institute. It was a college certificate for medical. I went to, where am I at today? I am at Microsoft, and I work for the Xbox team for Microsoft. I test all the unreleased video games before you guys as kids and family, etc. Used to use them. How did I get there? I'll tell you how I got there. I got there by, one day, since I've been a member at the Boys and Girls Club since 2004, I went there recently and there was a Microsoft employee. I had no idea he was a Microsoft employee until I overheard his conversation with the executive director at the Rotary Boys and Girls Club. And he asked the lady if they, what kind of games they play. And the executive director said, well, the boys play the Xbox 360 and the girls play the Xbox 360 Connect. Then he was like, really? Well, I work for Microsoft, work for the Xbox team, and then that's when Traemel Miller's light bulb went up. And I had the guts and the courage enough to go talk to him and ask him, you know, is there any way I can get in if I get my foot in the door? And he gave me his business card and said, I'll see you in the summertime. And I've been following up through email all the time, because, you know, Microsoft is very tech savvy, so they don't really do that much socializing. And I talked to him, and I met up with him. It was hard for me to meet up with him directly at Microsoft, but when I saw him at the Boys and Girls Club, I tried to spend as much time as he could before he had to go to his family. And then what happened was, eventually, I got fed up to the point where I couldn't see him, so I was like, you know what, can I go on tour? Can I go on the Microsoft Game Studios tour? He was like, yeah, sure, I'll recommend you to go on. I said, okay, so I went on there, and I met Natari Felton. He is in charge of the game testing area for the Xbox 360 team. I was dressed in all Xbox colors, black and green, and a nice tie, and I had the Xbox sweatshirt at the time. And I told him that I was very ambitious. I'll do anything I can to get my foot in the door. He was asking, are you looking to go back to school? I said, yeah, later down the road, I'm looking to go back to school. He said, are you looking for full-time or part-time? I said, well, anything you have available, that's what I'm looking for. And he said, okay, well, we don't have nothing available here right now, but sooner or later we will have stuff open. And then he gave me 3 agencies to go through, which is CompuCom, Aditi, and Volt. They're all hiring agencies from Microsoft. And I went through CompuCom, and they helped me. I talked to a recruiter there. They helped me get on the team. So now I test the release, all the unreleased video games for all your kids.
Yay. Do we have any questions of this
young
man?
Does anybody have any questions?
What did you do in high school that got you there?
What I did in high school was one thing I had to learn was independence in high school. I had to learn math. The math was a very big part, because in this industry you have to learn math. I mean, learning a new language and not knowing the certain key elements on how to master is really hard, and math is one of those things. Another thing that I had that helped me get this job as far as high school was the fact that socializing was a really big part of it, because my socializing skills helped me network to a guy that I had no idea who he was. And because I socialized in high school and I became friends with a lot of people, and I was so open, and I've been open the majority of my life, it helped me get the job that I had. And that was another attribute I had. Another attribute I had in high school was mentors, you know. And they told him, you know, I got a mentor, and he told me, you know, if you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you become successful. And that was a quote that I live by, and I still live by it to this day.
What's that quote again?
If you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you will become successful. And I said, okay. And he's just, you know, and he told me my family was a very, very big inspiration to me, because my mom, she worked at Microsoft. She was a Blue Badge employee, and she was in the IT department, so she knew all about the corporate area over there. And she told me tips on how I can become a Blue Badge. And that's the goal that I'm chasing right now. So I got my foot in the door now, and now I'm chasing to get the permanent spot. And the thing was, I admire from my parents is that, you know, my mom told me, you know, nobody out here is going to hold your hand. You know, you see, you sink or swim. You know, and that's just the reality of it. If you want it bad enough, you go out there and get it. Don't procrastinate. That was my biggest problem in high school, was procrastination. It was, I would wait till last minute to do homework. I would wait till last minute to do a lot of stuff. And when it came to this job, I made sure that I made sure over time in high school those habits had to go away so I can become successful. Because you can't procrastinate on the job, you get fired, and and then et cetera, and all other things. And if it wasn't for my mom and my parents and Lincoln staff and everybody else here, even especially LC, Lincoln Center, I wouldn't be here today.
Yay.
Were there certain skills that you learned in high school that you feel like really helped you get your foot in the door with this guy and show him that you were ambitious?
Yeah. The skills that I had in high school was communication. Communication is a huge thing. I recommend every student, if they have a problem with it, at least try to find a way to become better at it. Communication is a real, it goes a long ways in high school.
What do good communication skills look like?
I would say good communication skills look like, well, for one, no slang talking, talking in proper sentences, asking very detailed questions, as far as like regards to the topic, don't go off topic, great communication stays positive all the time, and no negativity, and if there's anything on the job that's wrong, we're a team, so it's all of our faults, and there's no pointing the finger at who does what, because at the end of the day, we're the Xbox team, we're not, Bill Gates, we're not Steve Ballmer, we're the team, so since we're a team, we have to take the criticism as a team. Another thing I had to learn in high school that prepared me for this job was criticism. People have to learn how to overcome criticism, because it will haunt you in the long run. Criticism is a very important part in high school. When people try to put you down, I believe people need to encourage themselves and believe in themselves that they can do and achieve anything that they want to, no matter what nobody says. And a lot of people say ignore it, but I say overcome it by motivating. So transform the negativity into a positive. So if someone says that you can't be this basketball player, then turn into that basketball player and then see how jealous they get. And the reality is not everybody's going to like you. There's always going to be haters. And I would say always keep that positive mindset no matter what. And if there's any way I can mentor anybody, I'll come by more often and mentor some kids if they need some motivation, if they need some help with anything. I'll volunteer my time.
Very cool. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.